shadows locked inside the mind. MK Ultra memories don't keep us blind. Static on the screen, voices we don't see. Dumpers got us wired, but we're breaking free. They're watching, they're waiting, with eyes in the sky manipulating. They silence.
Welcome to Smartly Uneducated, everybody.
Wait, where are we again?
I don't even know anymore, dude. I have no clue.
Who are you?
None. I said, welcome to Smartly Uneducated, everybody. My name is Ben. It's Ben. And this is,
And I'm
there you go.
Evan. What's up, my
Whoa,
E
your
dogs
camera
out there?
just like dropped down.
Ooh, look at this, dude. Hey, I like this angle of me.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have a pretty interesting show. I know I say that probably every single episode. But we got a good one for you tonight, huh?
Yeah, you see it every episode, dude. It's amazing.
Whether you're listening to us in the night, the day, the morning, in between realms of reality, in the intergalactic realm of space and time, we are having a wonderful time and a wonderful show. We are glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are things in time that you need to forget. There are things that you have been told in your life and in history that are oftentimes wrong. More
Yes.
often than not, what they have taught you in school and what they have taught you in life are wrong
Oh, they're so wrong.
or manipulated to make you feel as if you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's education and history of education and science oftentimes is a bunch of gaslighting. And that is what brings us to our show today. And we are going to be talking about,
Yeah, they just went there, right?
well, talking about UFOs and aliens. They have been hiding all sort of documents and sort of exposures about UFOs, aliens, and UAPs and the like, starting back from 1940 and possibly even further, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've been doing it a long time. And, you know, one of the stuff we got going on today, so we have a bunch of, well, there's 8 photos in particular that I was really adamant about us sharing.
I came across those. It's cool.
Yeah, and those were taken, and they're official photos that were taken in, you know, what, it was 1940, 1941, somewhere
Yeah,
in there.
it says, I believe it was 1945, I want to say.
45.
I have the actual document here. I can just pull it up real quick. You know what I'm saying? We are a professional podcast over here. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
The photos were taken in 1971.
Oh, yeah.
1971 is when we'll get to it, right? But the U.S. Navy submarine was taken in March of 1971. So honestly, not that long ago. You say 41 because whenever I first found the photos, I had some
we were talking about-
misinformation, misleading articles and documents saying that they were photographed in 1941 and 1945.
Yeah.
But
A little bit
I
of
did
research.
a little bit of digging, backwards photo digging and researching and searching.
Backwards photo digging. That's a thing, everybody.
Well, yeah, it's called. Oh my god, I can't remember. I can't believe I'm forgetting what it's called right now. But image reverse image search. There it is. And I found a lot of different documents surrounding it, saying that it was 1941, 1945. But then fixing themselves in the actual article of the documents, saying that it was actually 1971 when most of the images were taken, if not all. There was a lot of data that has been sort of pushed away and suppressed about these specific photos until the CIA director back in 1960 was like, yeah, something's really happening. And these photos are real. I saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of compelling evidence that's been floating around the internet and the news articles and news speculatory programs that you're seeing in your everyday life talking about aliens are going to be coming to Earth relatively soon, that they are here and that they will be showing themselves to us. And that's what we feel is very pertinent to talk about, not necessarily that they are here, which we do believe that, by the way, but the fact of the matter is that all of the documents and all of the FOIA and CIA evidence that has been disclosed since like 1945 is showing that they are already here. They are already amongst us. They have been visiting us, and so on and so forth. There have been whistleblowers very recently. There was a video that went viral on TikTok and X talking, having some military individuals who might have been low ranking or what have you, but they were talking of extraterrestrial subterfusion and intermingling of species and trading of humans for technology. I'm sure you've all seen it. You know the one. There's a man standing in front of a whiteboard drawing photos and drawing pictures of what he believes he saw firsthand and how he spoke to the EBE1, extra biological entity number 1, I believe is what that stands for.
So it turns out one of the photos, so I just did some digging on that. So one of the photos that we have, and we're going to put them up here shortly because I want to kick it off with that because they're really awesome photos.
They are very cool.
And they're probably some of the best UFO photos
that I've ever seen.
And these were classified for a very long time. Like the only reason why they're out now is because one, they leaked originally. And then secondly, when they took them, like went and stripped them off the internet when they originally leaked, there was a lot of outcry about it, you know, from the UFO community and like just other people. So they ended up basically re-releasing them in with the FOIA thing and all that stuff, with all the current things going on now, you know. I think they actually technically they were re-released public in like 2015, 2016, just because
it was 2015 is when they were put back out into the public.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and according to this, one of the photos in here, which when we should pop them up and show them, this one was from 1944.
Oh, you found physical, well, not physical, but proof that it is, yeah?
Yeah, and it says that in particular photo, when I went looking through it, that one actually is sourced back to 1944, but it was color restoration, so you could see the details.
I see.
So they did a color restore on it, you know, like they do with old films and everything like that. So the colors and everything you're going to see in it are, you know, you've seen the old, you know, restored black and white footage to a color.
Yeah.
They don't get it 100%. It's like 99% accurate, not 100%. So what you're going to see on this is remotely the correct coloring for the most part.
Which it does make sense that it was back in 1945 because it was using it was from a submarine called the USS Trepang that took these photographs, and that submarine was used during World War II, which everybody knows started in 1939. So
yeah,
the fact that you found some physical evidence on the contrary to what I was saying momentarily ago.
You must have found something similar to what I was saying, because it was saying that it was taken on during World War II, at the end of World War II, or just after.
Yep.
Or no, it was during World War II, towards the end of the war, and it was taken on from the submarine when it was like it breached its top head out of the water, and it got the photo.
Yep. Yeah. It's a very fascinating bunch of photos. It's 8 in total, and it looks like one has been exploding or has just regained entry and is still smoking hot or something of the sort.
Hell yeah,
right,
dude, it's so hot.
It's so smoking hot,
Dude, it's so hot. It's so hot, moist.
Aliens are incredibly intriguing because I know most people look to the skies and they see bizarre things, unexplainable things in the sky. I know you, for one, have seen them. I have seen them. So the intrigue is getting more and more obtuse. It's no so much of a right angle hitting a wall. It's more of it's less of a bell curve now.
Yeah.
In today's world, it has become way more evident that there are things in our skies and in space that cannot be rationally explained with today's technology. You can tell that there are UFOs, maybe alien crafts, or more than likely, like the TR-3B, top secret military vehicles.
Yep.
The truth is that they are present and they have become part of our everyday lives.
Yeah, and the TR-3B, I got to see. There's a video floating around on X, and it was someone using night vision, and they got the TR-3B flying over.
Whoa.
And you can see all the details. So, like the photo that was released by, was it DOD? Showing the TR-3B, and it's a military. It's an they label it as like an anti-gravity aircraft. And they openly acknowledged that this. And that was the other thing, that there was a gentleman who came out, and who's currently in there with Congress and the government, and he's part of the alien technology. I think it's called the Alien Technology or something like that. Alien Technology Retrieval Program.
Yes.
And he openly stated in his statement talking about it that the TR-3B was birthed from reversed engineered recovered material.
Just let that sink in.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Wild.
I'm sure everybody has seen those triangle spaceships with 3 dots in the skies on social medias.
I got a buddy of mine who's seen it firsthand.
That's very cool.
Yeah, Mr. J.
Oh,
Casey.
yeah, Mr. J saw it, huh?
Yep. And when I had him and his brother-in-law on, a long time ago, they witnessed it too. They witnessed it on their own occasion. It flew right over their house.
Wow.
Dead silent.
Wow.
And they said whenever it flew, I think they said that all the power went out before it flew over everybody's houses.
I believe it because it is an anti-gravity plasma-driven machine, right?
Plasma.
That's what the DoD says it is. It doesn't exist officially. Did I say DoD? I meant DARPA.
Oh,
this
DARPA.
This is what the DARPA sort of whistleblower program says. It doesn't exist officially. It uses highly pressurized mercury accelerated by nuclear energy to produce plasma that creates a field of anti-gravity around the ship.
I wonder if that's another way of saying we figured out element 115.
I think that's pretty much what they just said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they just said. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But yeah, I say I don't know. Do you want to pull up do we want to pull up some of the photos now?
And let it be known that these
build it up.
photos were given to us by one of our fans in our email at smartlyuneducated@gmail.com. So if you are wanting to send us a message, send us a DM, want to be a little bit more anonymous and don't want to be seen on social media, send us an email. We will keep it private. We won't say your name if you don't want it to. It is smartlyuneducated@gmail.com.
It's real.
Yeah, it is a real email.
They've told us it's real.
Proven by this gentleman who sent us these photos and this website that based it around it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to start pulling them up and
Yeah,
showing them off?
I want to show the first one.
Which one?
This is from the very first one. It's from 1944.
Okay.
And I'm going to show that right now. So this is the photo.
Just look at that thing.
Yeah. So this is obviously it's a UFO, but this was taken, and what was described in the testimony, according to this thing, is that, or to the paperwork, the documentation on it, is that it was basically producing its own clouds. It looks like it's smoking right now, as if it's like having trouble. It wasn't, according to the documentation, the redacted documents that are sent out unredacted.
It looks like it has a mushroom tip.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a boy. It's there. It's a boy.
It's a man.
Yeah. So that this particular UFO is taken in 1944, and it is a saucer UFO, but it's not one of the really thin ones that's like a dinner plate. This is one of the oval shaped ones. Like it's perfectly oval all the way around. If you were to look at it from the top side of it, it just looks like a circle, right? Like a dinner plate, but it's not a dinner plate shape. When you look at it from the side view, it looks like an oval.
Yes, it does.
So I was making sure to explain that and be distinct about it, because someone might look at this photo and go, oh, whoa, it's one of those cigar-shaped ones. It's like, no, we got those in here too, but that's not the cigar-shaped one. That is a disc-like shaped one, but it's just a more Ovaltine. Drink your Ovaltine.
Huh?
Yeah, you can shoot your eye out. Yeah, so that's it. It's wild though, because they did the color restore on it, trying to, pretty much bring it to life so everyone can see the color on it. And apparently the what looks like clouds is not clouds. I want to reiterate, what looks like smoke, how there's like a bunch of dark kind of smoke all kind of embeveling around it. It is not smoke. It is actually essentially what we're seeing in this photo is what we've seen them do in current times, where it's basically producing its own cloud as like a cover, and it like disguises itself, because it will because I've seen some of those videos and they're really short, because by the time they get their cell phone out and trying to record this thing that's far away, and they zoom as far in as possible so the picture starts to deteriorate. you can see that it starts to put out smoke, and then, or like some type of a cloud looking kind of stuff, and then it's like it does its cloaking thing, and all of a sudden it's like it either bends light around it, however the technology works, or maybe adjust its frequency. I have no idea, but all of a sudden you just see it everything turns into a normal looking cloud, and it just phases itself out of existence. It's really wild when seeing those types of videos on everything.
On the blackvault.com, there are a total of like 15 of these photos of this thing. And they are the legit, unmagazined, unedited photos of them that are still in black and white. And it's massive. This machine
Can you send those
is enormous.
to my email?
Yeah, absolutely. I can send the whole link right over. Yeah, or do you want the individual photos?
Just send me the link and then I'll bring it up. But
very cool.
Yeah, so that first photo, we'll start showing more of them as we keep going on. But the other photo though, man, it is that there's so many more of them they're not the same though. Some of them look similar. Like it's not the same craft. It wasn't taken in the same location. These photos are all taken in separate.
That's not true.
There's only 2 in there that are a repeat of one of them. The ones that I have loaded.
These are all taken by one individual on one submarine. John Kilka is the guy who first spotted them on the actual submarine itself at USS
According to
Chaptain.
this, the weird there's like a wedge-looking one. Looks like a wedge,
a triangle almost.
Yeah, which I've seen that one. That's the one that's the same type of UFO that I saw outside the gym at like 3:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Remember when I told you I saw that thing in the sky rotating
absolutely.
and it looked like a diamond almost, because it was like almost like a diamond shaped? That's essentially what it was.
Cue Rihanna's "Shine Bright Like a Diamond."
Yeah. No. Yeah, so I'm going to fact check you real quick. So that wedge one, according to this, was taken in the 70s with the same submarine.
Gotcha. So that might be where I got my wires crossed, because the initial search found that they were 1941, 1945, and then I found more articles saying 1971 with that wedge style UFO also mixed into the mingle of all the photos.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go grab those.
And let it be known
up.
that these photos are taken in the Arctic and right above the ocean. So you can see the water splash on some of these photos that we're going to show of it slamming into the water and sending up a giant cascading wave. It's really evident of what these things are. And the fact that the admiral who was on board was freaking out. There are reports of him saying that he didn't know how to handle it. They just turned and left. And then they got buried. All these got buried away. Truman saw them, and he also began to panic. And that leads into the Truman talking more and more about aliens, and on his deathbed, apparently talking to his daughter about them. These things are definitely living amongst our oceans. Like,
yeah. Did you say there was more, right?
Yeah. Do you see them right here? Yeah.
Ah. Whoa, go away. I wanted to.
Yeah, that's the original photo. They redacted some of the things. It even says the official photograph.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that plopped up so
it still has the crosshairs of the periscope on some of them too.
Oh, nice. Where did my right thing go? There it is.
But all of this sort of topic of showing these
real
real photos is, look, you can see all your little tabs up there.
I don't care. But yeah, so that's one of the photos that you were talking about on there.
Yeah, that's the diamond one that you were referring to, right? The wedge shape.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Look how clear that photo is.
Yeah, and there's some more in here.
Yeah, this one is half submerged. Looks like it probably looks like to me, it looks like it's going up.
Yeah, I mean, so it's hard to tell because we weren't there, but we've seen them go in and out of water. Well, there's already video that we've all watched of them going in and out of water on stuff.
But there's a few here that we'll see in a second that show wave disruption, water disruption. This one's not disrupting water. It's like it's coming out of the water slowly.
Yeah.
Or so fast that it doesn't leave a splash.
It doesn't leave us.
This scares the boobies out of
poopy
me.
out of me.
It
It's that poopy.
scares me. This scares me.
Screw great whites, dude. I'm not scared of great whites anymore. I'm scared of a freaking ship taking me out of outer space because it just decided to lift up, and I was just that poor bastard in the way.
I was just fishing for tilapia.
I was just fishing for tilapia. Yeah. So here's another one. Now this one is interesting. So this is what I was talking about. So
The cloud. So to me, this looks like it's damaged. It's smoking.
according to the document I was reading here
Yes.
about, so the ones that were taken in Antarctica, in the Antarctic region, in the water, these are those.
Yes.
And according to this, none of these were dysfunctional. They were just doing stuff and then leaving, and they were always randomly producing like what it looked like in the photos, because it doesn't get it quite right. In the photos, it looks like it's dark, like it's smoke, but apparently they were not producing smoke. They were producing what looked like to be what clouds are made of, basically.
Like cloud seeding, right?
Well, I wouldn't say cloud seeding, but it's their way of
Like exhaust,
camouflaging.
or-
Yeah, some type of exhaust, or maybe a temperature change from being in the icy cold water and then going upwards, and then I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how the technology works.
It really looks like it's damaged, and this is it diving back to base to get repairs or what have you.
Yeah, it definitely puts that vibe off. Now
And
this one,
oh come
splashing
on,
out of the water, bro, or in. I don't
looks
know.
like it's splashing into the water to me.
Yeah, it's very possible. I bet you it is, because it's got the
Yeah.
going up. Yeah, so that means
Do you see that little circle right there? That's got to be the pilot hatch,
what circle?
right on the top of it, on the top of that little cigar. Wait, what are you doing?
I was trying to. Oh no! Stop changing.
That one's cool looking too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you not see that little like dark circle right in the middle of it? No, not up there.
Ah, no! Why'd you go
It's that
away?
one. It's that one. Yeah, like right in the top of the cigar, right there, that black spot.
This?
That looks like some sort of hatch to me, some sort of opening.
I don't know. I'm not going to make any kind of judgment on that, just
I'm
because
making an assumption.
you can't tell if that's just like a deterioration from like a lot of things going on, and it's capturing that moment.
Potentially.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I will suggest that agree that there's obviously a dark spot there, but I don't know if it's a hatch.
But
I don't know.
Look at that though.
It's very wild.
And the fact that they were like, yeah, no, aliens aren't here. UFOs is what you're talking about. Anomalies is what you're referring to when they clear as day had photos from World War II.
Yeah, of World War II all the way through forever. I mean, it literally starting in the late 20s is when they really had photos of these things.
There's a quote that I want to mention here before we get too far by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. God, I'm so sorry, Alexander.
I'm so sorry.
But it says, we know that they are lying. They know that they are lying. They even know that we know they are lying. We also know that they know we know that they are lying too. They, of course, know that we are certainly know that they know we know they are lying to us as well, but they are still lying. In our country, the lie has become just as moral category, but the pillar industry of this country.
Yeah.
So we know, they know, we know.
And here's a fun little knowledge nugget from history on World War II concerning UFOs, is that so the cigar-shaped UFO didn't become a thing that people really talked about, like as in like claims, hey, I saw this UFO or alien, some type of unknown craft. The cigar-shaped UFOs, the ones that look like a cylinder all the way across, not that they're round, they're not necessarily rounded on it, and they may have like a rounded edge a little bit, but they flatten out on the sides quite a bit.
Yeah.
And when you see them from a different angle and they rotate, it's a freaking cigar. That's why they call it
Like
that.
the one that looks rough almost, like jagged.
Yeah, just like that one. But some of these are very smooth. Some, there's all these different variations.
I mean,
and stuff.
we briefly showed it a second ago. We'll have to start describing it to the people who will be listening to the audio recording of this.
Nah, that's fair. So basically, cigar-shaped UFOs were reported by basically military pilots during World War II, and they did not refer to them as like UFOs or anything like that. Well, they did it first. They referred to them as some type of unknown thing. I don't know if UFO was even a catchphrase at the time, but basically they were instructed, according to this document, the term Foo Fighters originated in World War II, which I already knew that. That knowledge, that little fact.
That little nugget.
Yeah, I already knew that Foo Fighters got coined in World War II from military pilots seeing UFOs. But that's a lot of, they had numerous reports from military pilots talking about cigar-shaped UFOs.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, we would be remiss if we didn't bring up the Oumuamua. That Oumuamua cigar-shaped spacecraft or rock that flew by Earth not too long ago.
Oh yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a second. I just wanted to finish this thing though, is because they keep the term Foo Fighters, and the reason why they called them Foo Fighters was because it wasn't the pilots who came up with that. It was the government. It was high officials, like someone high up the totem pole, basically stepped in, was like, you better stop calling them these unknown things, or whatever slang they were using at the time. And we're going to call them, pretty much pass the word down the line. If you see something you don't know what it is, it's just a Foo Fighter. Because Foo Fighter kind of was a play on coin term to talking about either, referring to Japanese,
Correct.
Planes. And they did that intentionally. One, it was originated from a place of racism. This is the best way to put it, because that really was the mentality of it at the time, because we were at war and all that fun stuff. But they had them referred to as Foo Fighters because then when people hear stories throughout the ranks and other pilots and things like that, they just think, oh, enemy planes. They saw an enemy plane in this area. They saw this. They saw that. This is his account of this, with an unknown enemy plane. Not necessarily, hey, dude, there's something on that over there that's probably not from this world. It's way more advanced technology than you can even comprehend, because you're basically riding with poop on the walls compared to them in your little P-51 Mustang.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, the P-51 Mustang was fucking awesome. Oh, dang it, I just said the F word. It was awesome, though.
It's all right. So we're past a minute in. It's all right.
We're past a minute in. Anyways, yeah, I'll turn time back over to you. You were like about to say something. Oh, no, I'll keep it.
No, you can pass it over to me. I mean, again, we would be remiss. I looked up the actual name of the cigar spacecraft that apparently flew by us like an alien probe that was shaped like a cigar and was jagged and lumpy and humongous.
Changing speed, too.
Absolutely. The Omowari is what it's referred to as. That is the actual terminology that was coined for it. These photos that were found back in 1941 by this submarine really iterates the fact that potentially they're still flying around in our galaxy, in our universe, just spying on us, taking us, whatever they want to do. They obviously are far more advanced than us, that they don't go on the radar at all. This sort of thing scares the crap out of me.
It scares the crap out of me, guys.
I tend to be at a loss for words whenever I talk about the potentiality of a UFO experience and an alien experience, because, to be quite frank, I wouldn't know how to handle the scenario. I would probably freak out and have a mental breakdown if I were to come face to face with an alien without being sort of given full disclosure that they have been here all along, and this is our friend.
Where's our buddy when we need him?
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about Utter Buddy.
Utter Buddy?
Utter Buddy.
Who's that?
Well, I did make him think that there was Nutter Butters, little bitty Nutter Butter cookies inside of a bag. Instead, I used my awesome MacGyver skills and I put dairy creamers in it.
Why are you bringing him up right now?
Because I told him to call in, so I'm calling him out. Because I see no messages in this chat. In fact, there are 0 messages whatsoever because we have such a huge live following.
Such a huge following.
It makes me feel good because YouTube does not like us very much. We're doing great everywhere else.
Yes.
We're doing great on Apple. We're doing great on, we're doing really good on Spotify if the analytics are correct. YouTube, not so much, dude. Not even a little. We're like nothing. They don't like us.
But yeah.
Not at all. Anyways, I was about to pull up another thing.
Please do.
Yeah.
I mean, these photos, we keep harping back to it, right? We keep harping back to the photos because that's what we are going to be focusing on the better half of this show. That, as I mentioned at the start, they have been lying to us over and over and over again. And there is photo proof that has still yet again been pushed under the radar as if it doesn't exist. These photos are really hard to find any sort of data or information on, but whenever you find information on it in the Black Vault and FOIA and what and the like, there is a lot of documentation to follow up on these.
Oh, yeah.
Once you're able to actually locate it, you know.
So I've got this one here I want to show you guys. I'm going to have to zoom in probably quite a bit. Open a new tab. There we go. So it's not going to be the best photo. I'll admit it won't be, but that's just because of the way, just how this website got saved. I have a better saved copy of this photo. I just don't have it on my tower to be able to bring up and show everybody. But let me go ahead and zoom in on this, and then I'm going to put up on the screen. Because I want to, this is a really important one, and I'm going to switch over to Evan real quick because he's got that bad boy up there. There we go.
Howdy.
So here it is. So this is not a doctored photo. This is actually a very real photo. And what you're seeing, this is a massive craft. And when this photo was taken, the giant, this massitive, weird, kind of like looking like an upside down bowl.
Dude, you believe that thing? You believe that's real?
Yeah, 100%.
I have a hard time believing that one.
No, this is exactly what they talked about in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. If anyone's unfamiliar with this about Close Encounters of the Third Kind, is that Steven Spielberg, when he made the film, because it was based off of real events that happened to some people, and the president at the time, when he made this film, told him that he did an amazing job, and it was accurate because the president was briefed in on this situation because it was a mothership. The government knew about it.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, like this is actually real. This is something that happened. Ever since then, though, Spielberg has been asked for comment on that particular conversation that was not supposed to get out and people know about. And we're talking about Steven Spielberg, the movie director and producer. When he did this film, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the film, you know, there's accounts and descriptions of a giant mothership type, like a massive alien ship, where all the other aliens crafts are coming from and all this stuff like that. And it is described exactly like that. And that's what's creepy. And I'm not the first one to notice that and point that out. In fact, the CIA, because this photo was released by that CIA whistleblower.
Yeah.
And he even, when he, put it out there and being a whistleblower, he even said, which I did not see this first. I saw someone else mentioning it on a different post. Someone had reposted it. And they had put comments down below in the thread, on X, pretty much saying like, hey, if you guys don't know, this is, Steve, said the whole Steven Spielberg thing. And apparently this photo this is just one fraction of this event that happened in 2022. There was a small video that was taken, but the video never got made public. But it does exist. It got verified. There is a video that exists. It's just getting a copy of it. What do you think
is that stuff coming off of it? If that is,
I have no idea.
That looks horrifying.
That's why I want to rewatch Close Encounters of the Third Kind, because they describe something coming out of the bottom of it, almost like kind of like almost like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, are we like just like I keep seeing, like we keep seeing these things that look like jellyfish, and we call it jellyfish UFO. Bro, what if the whole, because I heard this is something I read online a long time ago. I never took any validity to it ever in my life, but the movie Men in Black.
Yeah.
And the concept that's in there where the aliens are all around us and they're all disguised in all these different ways, and the Men in Black are like that secret society that keeps that stuff in check because an arrangement was made of like Earth being like the peace treaty land. Like pretty much it's, no fighting here. You can come here for refuge, blah, blah, blah. But there's no any form of violence or combative.
We're Sweden.
What?
We're Sweden.
Yeah, Earth was basically supposed to be Sweden. That's a really weird place to choose where you're like, I don't want violence. Bitch, have you seen us? Like, come on. Yo, dude, I'm going to nuke that guy.
So you showed me this photo about 2 days ago, and I didn't really believe it, to be honest. I was like, this has got to be a street lamp that is off a reflection of a window, and I had to do a little research.
I had to do a
little research.
Yeah, don't judge me, dude.
There was a presentation that was given by a former military intelligence officer. His name is Luis Elizondo. And he did a 2-hour presentation on this photo. And you see on the right there, that little whiteboard that the little,
Yep.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, on the right-hand side where the
projector. It's a projector with a screen on the back of it, right? It's being projected onto the wall.
Yeah.
That is from his 2-hour conference that he gave. And there's a video of the actual mothership.
Yep.
It is,
and that's been the hard thing to get down, because that's something that is not that is something that he's very scared about it getting out, because he has a lot of people coming after him for that. The photo, however, so the photo that's on the right-hand side, that was never supposed to get out. Someone took that photo. There was supposed to be no phones in that conference. And then, of course, the photo that's on the left-hand side is a picture of the true photo, because that got out and it was too late. It already got leaked. So basically here he was very scared about what was going to happen. If the obviously the picture already got leaked, he was scared about the video, because the video shows it doing stuff. And it's not a very long video, but it shows the stuff that's underneath of it doing stuff. It shows it coming out of the craft, and then like it's obviously being controlled. It's not like, dude, I don't know how to describe it.
I know it's daunting. Our little ape brains, it's hard to even imagine a technology so advanced that it can manipulate our entire
I'm curious of what it's doing.
patterns.
I'm
right?
curious of what it's doing. That's what I'm curious about.
There's no telling what it's doing. It could be doing countless things. It could be absorbing UV light to produce more power. It could be absorbing oxygen that then is used as fuel for whatever. There's no telling.
Well, what I think is, have you ever heard of the and I'm not going to stay on this very long. I'm only bringing it up because of this picture here. But have you ever heard about like the sky, I think they call them like sky something.
Sky
like,
people.
Yeah, it's like they call them like sky jellyfish, and then they call them like sky something. Basically, supposedly creatures that live in the sky that are in between like planes of existence, and they're not machines, they're living things, and they're huge. And apparently, like there's like story, I forgot what they're called.
I have not heard of that.
You should try to look it up. I don't know, remember what they're called, so please fact check me on what it's called.
Space. Wait, no.
No, it's called like
sky aliens.
Yeah, no, just type in like sky jellyfish, mutilating cattle and stuff. Because there's people who had given like testimony saying that they see these like jellyfish looking things that are huge, and it looks like it's like they say it's like seeing a jellyfish in the water, and it would like grab livestock and take them up, and all of a sudden randomly it would like start raining blood on them like in that area, and then all of a sudden you would see carcasses fall out of the sky out of nowhere of different animals. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but it just makes me think of that because of what this picture looks like with the weird like kind of tentacle. I don't know if it's tentacles hanging down.
I gotta say that rendition of Gary Halliway's song "It's Raining Men" is really wild, and it's raining blood.
If I say it is rain blood. So yeah, but this photo though, with that giant ship, because just to put it in perspective here, I'm going to pull it back up again real quick, just because I want to show it. It is, so particularly the photo on the left, because I know it's the same photo and then one is like cropped, but it's of that conference. On the left-hand side, that ship is very far away.
Yes, it is.
It is huge. Like, it's massive. And sometimes I wonder, because like ever since I was a little kid and I saw the movie Independence Day, you know, when I was way younger, and I'm talking about the first Independence Day, the second one doesn't count. So basically, when I saw that movie, and you know when the giant mothership comes into the atmosphere,
Yep.
and it looks like a giant shelf cloud before it starts, you know, the clouds and the all those things that are happening when something enters the atmosphere, and it starts to show the craft itself. It looks like a crazy storm shelf cloud, like an insane one. That thing right there, when like it makes me think, when you have something that big and that's far away, that's not close. That's very far away. According to what I was reading about it, and according to this guy, you know, this a former military dude who gave the presentation. Apparently, this thing is so big that if I had to give a reference, I wouldn't say it's the size of like the DFW Metroplex of Texas. That's beyond that. That's Independence Day size. But it's like, imagine just Dallas, or just, you know what I mean? Like just the city of Dallas, not the surrounding sub-cities.
I mean, in the photo itself, you can tell. So those of us who are just listening here, it's a portrait style photo. And on the photo, you have a two-way street. It's 4 lanes all the way across. There are vehicles in the road. And to the right, you have a sort of nuclear plant style silo.
It's like a concrete silo.
I wouldn't say it's nuclear, but it has that shape of it. And you can see a cellular antenna in the distance as well. But the cars up front are quite small.
It looks like a power plant is what it looks like.
It looks as if we are on like the 7th floor of a building looking out. And you can still, plain as day, see this spaceship humongous.
It's huge.
In the
it's
sky.
It's far away, and it's also way up in the air. Because if you think about how far away it is, and you can still see it where it is in the sky at that angle, it's like you're very high in the air due to that, you know, taking into the distance into account and the fact of how far away it is and how big it is. It's like, holy crap.
I mean, who's to say this isn't part of Project Bluebeam as well, right?
Yeah, isn't that for like doing like holograms in the sky, like
absolutely.
projections?
Yeah, they specifically said that they'll put UFOs into the sky.
I don't like that. No, don't do that to us. I want the real thing. I want the real thing, guys. Come on, government.
Come on, you government.
Goddamn government. Oh, they took our dad. They took our dad.
They took our aliens.
So with this craft though, one thing I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna take it down. This in particular one, there's a description from the people, the real accounts of that what was it? I just said the movie earlier.
Real
Close Encounters. That's
it.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The testimonies and interviews that happened with the people that it was based off of describe that, like to literally describe that, and that to me is wild.
Do you want to briefly talk on the potentiality of the 2027 disclosure of aliens?
Yeah. You want to kick it off?
I mean, I don't know much about it. I know
I
that
don't
you
either.
Okay, well,
I know.
maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
It's good to at least mention it and give what we know about it out, and then that way, hopefully, more and more, if anyone's listening right now, hopefully, them just hearing about it makes them start paying attention to that and looking for that information.
That's
and,
fair. I suppose.
You know,
so.
I'd rather like be the person who helps start this, the pushing the boulder down the hill so it gets speed.
The first I heard of it was when I think it was like 2018, 2019. They said in like 6-7 years there's going to be a full disclosure and a full open board everything about it. And it has been ramping up since then. We've had the open Congress disclosure conversations, which honestly led nowhere. That was tight.
Sorry.
Ben's TikTok brain hit him, and he had to go look at a little TikTok real quick.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then things have been ramping up more and more. There have been sightings. The internet is going absolute berserk about UFOs and aliens and sightings. And then the Miami Mall aliens happened.
And then on top of all of that, with the Miami Mall one,
The Peruvian aliens.
oh, that. Well, I'm talking about Fitz. They talked that Biden's administration gave us literally we're having press conferences about
were.
like, if you see this man, he has highly classified material. This is the dude that when the Miami Mall aliens thing happened, he was at the mall and he was recording it, and he even started live streaming himself or recording himself. I got to see those videos, and when it was happening, and he was like pretty much saying like, my phone, like he even took like video of his phone getting scrambled, his other phone, and he's like, I'm running for my life right now, and I don't even know where to go, essentially. And then all of a sudden, poof, he just disappeared. And he had a mom. I think he lived with his mom.
I believe so.
Like there's I believe what I read a couple months ago was that a missing persons report was even filed on him. I believe, if you could fact check me on that to make sure I'm thinking of the right person, but I'm pretty positive that's what happened. But like, yeah, so like, even they were talking about him. The government came out saying like, we have to find this person. If you see Fitz, don't go near him. The government, the fact that the Biden administration was saying don't go near him, stay away from him,
Makes me want to go super close.
I'm gonna go near him even harder now.
I want to go hard on this
Yo,
dude.
Fitz, you in GTA 5, you have a
There ain't
safe
no
place
way-
for me. Here with us.
There ain't no way that man's still alive or still able to be contacted.
Yeah, if he's, dude, he's already gotten picked up. He already got grabbed.
100%.
He already got grabbed. That was all. I believe
He's gone radio silence entirely, so he's gone.
I think the whole press conference thing where they're like, hey, if you see this guy, like his name, is Fitz, don't go near him. All these things like that. I think that was all a dog and pony show.
Oh.
I think they already had him.
Oh, yeah.
They already bagged and tagged him. Sorry, Fitz's mom.
Yeah, sorry. My thoughts go out to the family.
Yeah, sorry about that. But still, regardless, I'm pretty positive.
Or they have him at Gitmo.
worst. I don't think they send UFO people to alien people who do that stuff to Gitmo. I think it's more of like, here, come, why don't you meet one of the reptilians?
Yeah.
They like to eat meats.
But the 2027 disclosure, it started because a former CIA agent brought it up. Granted, we really shouldn't take what CIA agents say at face value.
Yeah,
A lot of the time they are purposefully manipulating the public and purposefully propagandizing us because they want us to be stupid and they want us to be coerced to believe something different.
Yeah.
But this guy, John Ramirez, he is a retired CIA agent whenever he claimed this, saying that 2027 aliens will reveal themselves. We are now just under 3 years away. It's like 2 years and 6 months now to when we are potentially going to have a full release. This was stated back in 2023 that it's going to happen. So that was that 5, 6, 7? That's 4 years rather. That potentiality of it all.
Yeah. So
we are getting closer and closer, and every month, every 6 months, we get wilder information. Much like these ones that we found in 1941, 2045 of actual cigar ships coming in and out of our orbit in water. Just keep your eyes open, keep your eyes to the skies. Get ready.
And then you keep your eyes at the water.
Something is on the horizon. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah, some weird stuff's going on. But before I show this video, I have a video here of a very interesting phenomenon. I made sure to bookmark it.
Ooh, cool.
It's an authentic video. Came out of northern Brazil, where these giant weird glowing objects fell from the sky.
What?
But when they came down into the forest, the rainforest down there, they didn't smash in the ground. They slowed down and then hovered in place inside the trees. They're like hovering 3 foot off the ground.
Hold
It's
up,
wild.
hold up.
It is
No
wild.
way.
No, it's a real thing.
This has to be some video
And
effects specialization.
I'm gonna show it here in just a second, but before I do, I want to
Commercial breakdown.
I want to show the rest of those UFO photos that were from. I think the rest of them are all from like the 1970s.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or whatnot. So let me pop those up right there. We already talked about this photo. To anyone tuning in right now, this is the photo that was taken by that submarine in World War II.
USS Trepang is what it is.
Yeah,
Trepang.
and they got that with the periscope. They did obviously the photo was color restored, but this is the photo that was leaked a long time ago that the government had in their possession, and this is an authentic photo. And obviously they did a color restore, but like I said about color restoration on either old film or photos, it's never 100%. It gets it like 99% accurate-ish, somewhere in there. But no, this gives you a good idea of what it looked like in color, almost exactly. Like it gives you, it paints the stage really well. So with that being said, why can't I skip forward? Oh, it's on the other page. Let me pull that up. So this photo here, we already talked about that one earlier, but that's obviously that's another UFO of some form, some type of, it's
Sort of
going
a monolith. Almost.
yeah, coming in and out of the water. It like literally went down and ascended out. This is the one that we showed earlier as well, where, oh, well, that just moved. That's great. That's the one that, was like, going into the water and at a high rate of speed.
Yep.
And then here's another, cigar-shaped UFO. And now this photo, though, this photo was not taken in the 70s. This is one of the, I didn't realize I had this one in here. That was taken in World War II as well.
Yep.
And it was a cigar-shaped UFO. It was not a blimp because it then rotated and it went into the water. According to the document, of the military officers from the submarine who witnessed this thing do its thing, it literally rotated and then went in, submerged into the water, like at a decent rate of speed, like a high rate of speed, and then shot out of the water at the same rate of speed and just went into the sky and disappeared. So there's that. This is another, sorry, that was a zoom in on that one. I don't know why I have duplicates, but here's another craft. Now, I think this one is potentially, I'm not sure if this is like the same one as the one that was crashing into the water or not. No idea. But these are all UFO photos that were taken in the 70s down in the Antarctic area, in the Antarctic waters. And yeah, it's absolutely wild, some of these photos.
They're very
this
daunting.
one, this is the one right here. So this in particular photo, how it's like this weird kind of diamond, triangle. It's not a triangle though. It's not like triangles and it's flat. One of those flat triangles. This is a bulky object.
It looks like a pyramid.
Oh shit!
It looks like a pyramid.
Dude, if the ones that we got in Egypt take off, those rocks are falling off. I wonder what's underneath. It's super glue. Anyways, so this particular photo, this reminds me of that UFO I saw.
I see.
And I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Because I saw that UFO that was up. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I went and worked out. When I was leaving the gym, there was another guy who's a regular who's usually in there that early. And he watched. Dude, you gotta fuck me up when I'm on a roll right now.
Stop burping.
So whenever we were outside walking to our vehicles, I saw that thing, something in the sky, and it's dark out, but this thing was like lit up, but it was like bright, but it was like, imagine being able to look into a flashlight without it blinding you. And you can see the details still. Like it doesn't, it was weird. It's like it's illuminating itself, but not putting out light in a direct way towards your eyeball for some reason to where it's too bright to look at. You can see it's like you can look through the light and still see it.
Wow.
And I saw something very similar shaped way up in the sky, like rotating and doing some wild stuff before it like went inside of itself and disappeared. Remember, because I told you how it disappeared.
Yeah.
It was like it it got bright around the edges, and it's like kind of like folded into itself. I don't know how to describe
That's
it.
crazy. But somebody else was there with you.
Yeah,
witnessing that?
yeah. Another dude who was at the gym working out with me, and or he's like a regular at the
Yeah.
same time, and he was like, "Did you effing see that?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I did." He's like, "I'm not crazy." Like, yeah, he was freaking out about it too. And the thing is, it only lasted like I didn't even get a chance to get my phone out. That's how fast it was.
I mean, it would kind of have to be fast, or else
Yeah.
everybody would have seen it, right?
It's very odd. I've noticed that when I see, anyways, I'll touch on that
Tangent.
later. So here's this one. This is I like this photo a lot.
Me too. This is one of my favorite of the bunch.
This photo reminds me of the style of this craft, like just the way it looks. It reminds me of the alien crafts from. You ever seen the movie Cowboys and Aliens with Harrison
I have,
Ford
yes.
and Daniel Craig, James Bond?
Yeah.
The alien crafts that attack people, they're obviously smaller than this. But when you see them fly towards you in the movie, it looks just like that. It really does. Because like how the bottom like looks like it's kind of got some gaps in there. That's where where they had
thrusters
that's
or
where they
what
had
have you.
guns and stuff.
I see.
Yeah, where they were like shooting the whatever energy weapons.
It makes me wonder if this thing is circular in nature or if this is still one of the cigar styles.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish we could get more. I bet you anything they got more.
Oh, you
I'm talking
know
about on
it.
this particular craft from then. I bet
Yes.
you there's even more information that it never got out, and they're not going to give it out.
Probably snapping it like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, it's me again. Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thanks
Hey,
for joining.
yo, 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 yo.
You, yo.
Yeah. So I will play this video. I really want to play this video, just because it's
And
not
this
like
is
a-
the glowing beans in the forest, right? Not
It's not beings. I don't know what they are. It's like it's basically what Hem was from what I saw of this thing. And I'm gonna make sure to mute it because the volume's all messed up on it. It's super loud,
Yeah.
and I don't have it plumbed in right for since it's a last minute thing for this. But basically, these are like, according to the people who recorded the video down in Brazil, in northern Brazil, these objects came directly out of the sky, came down, and they were like free falling. We're talking about fast. But then all of a sudden, the moment it started getting close to the top of the trees, of the forest, top of the forest, it just all of a sudden way slowed down and then gently came down and just was hovering like 3 foot off the ground, not touching anything. And there was more than one object. It was like 2 objects. And they're just glowing. Like you can see how bright this thing is. It's like you can't even look at it.
this is in Brazil, you said?
This is northern Brazil.
And what is in Brazil?
Peru.
The Amazon rainforest, right?
Yep, Peru.
And there are a lot of ancient civilizations that have lived there.
It's also where the other alien events have happened.
Exactly
or
right.
reports of basically like the way they describe them is basically like reptilians.
I don't think Peru is where
grabbing
Brazil
people.
is.
It's in South America.
It's
You had me in Amazon rainforest. You say Amazon
It's
rainforest.
west of-
It's anything that
it's-
Amazon rainforest touches.
it's
okay?
west of Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, it's anything that same dude. It's like that's like saying like, well, dude, the army that like killed those other people were just in Oklahoma. It's like, well, yeah, it's a different state, but that's a 5-hour drive, man. Like, or a 4-hour drive, depending on where you're going to Oklahoma. It's really an hour drive to get to Oklahoma across the border from us.
But they have
You
have
know?
all of the ancient artifacts, ancient ruins there that from
Mm-hmm.
different civilizations that have lived there, roads and buildings and whole civilization. So that would make it seem to me like a hotbed for paranormal activity.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
let's show this video and let it play.
Yeah. Let's do this. You guys ready? Let's watch some good stuff. This is interesting. So there is no sound, or there is sound. I just have it turned off.
So those of you listening, we have a video here of dense forest, and there is it looks to be like a fire in the distance, but there's no smoke. There's no smoke.
Yeah.
Now we have a video of a woman who's saying things.
Yeah. Well, I believe they were speaking in Spanish.
Well,
Too.
probably Portuguese.
I can't remember, but
It's getting bigger and smaller is what it says. It seems something crashed here, right? I think something crashed. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I grabbed the wrong video. Sorry, there's another. Sorry, there's a video of the same thing, but from a different perspective, and like basically, the one from the other perspective, whenever it came down, like it showed it coming through the trees.
Really?
Yeah, it showed it coming. Like they got their phone out just in time as it was going through the trees, and like even in this video, when you look at it and you see this thing, it's not. I know it's kind of hard to tell or not, you know, just because of like the ground's not even where they are. You don't know if it's even or uneven. But in the other video, you can clearly tell where this thing lands. It's hovering above the ground. It never even touches the ground. You get to see it slowly descend down. You know, when he starts recording, look, see how they move around it? See how bright it is?
Yeah, it's incredibly bright.
And it's not. It looks like it's burning, but it's not burning. It's like it's moving.
It just went out.
I know, but keep watching it. Because they're like, oh my gosh, there's another one. It's like something's forming itself. Just watch this crap. Come on. It'll get to it here in just a second. It's really weird. Like you see it moving as if it's like an entity almost. Because if you, here, I'm going to back it up just a little bit because I want you guys to see that. So watch this. So Evan, you see this? Look at this. So this thing right here, keep watching. It like almost makes a silhouette and then it like
Falls
bends
almost.
It bends over and falls. Fallen angel. Oh, for all you Christians out there, fallen angel. I'm not. That was a joke. That was a straight up joke. Backpedal. So
that's freaky. It really does look as if somebody has a bonfire going, but again, this is a dense populated forest.
There's no smoke. That's the creepy part. There's no smoke. It looks like at first it almost looks like there might be smoke, but it's not. It's like you're seeing there's so much light. It's insane.
Yeah, there's no smoke at all, which indicates that there's no fire. The video is now panning. They're driving a vehicle around the forest.
Yeah, there it is.
Another being that's sort of glowing.
Yeah, because remember how they said they said there was another one. There's another one.
There's smoke there.
I know it looks like it's smoke from it burning, but the other video shows it's not actually smoke. It's dust and dirt from when that thing came. Like it hovering there is like putting off some type of force.
It's walking. People are. What, dude? What in the world is that?
I have no idea. Yeah, so it looks like there's smoke.
And it looks like a LED light is shining.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm going to say it again. It looks like it's smoke. It really does. But the other video I saw, which I'm sorry I grabbed the wrong video, but this is still a good video. The other video that I got to see of it's the exact same event, but just from a different angle. The person got a really good shot there showing, look right here. Like if you look, see how it's like, looks like there's smoke, but the smoke's not coming from the where the source is. The smoke's like off to the side, and the person who got this other camera angle, oh, that's where it is. See that light?
Yeah.
Another one is right there, and it was moving. So this thing, I think that's almost it. Let me kind of skip forward a little bit.
I tried looking.
Oh yeah,
for
like there, and sorry, the caption is saying like I've never seen this guy before, and then I'm trying to get ahead. I want to know if they got this moment on the camera. Trying to go ahead just a little bit because there's a lot of dark spots in this video, but where it is, I don't think it's gonna be on this one. It's not on this one. So basically what I was trying to get at is that there was another video that I saw that is literally the same event. It's with the same group of people, but they're at a different place in the group and they have a different viewpoint with their phone. They got a really good clear shot for like 10 seconds, give or take.
Yeah.
Just a clear shot through this one little, like just everything lined up perfect for this one clearing shot just from them moving by. And you can see clear as day, like the lens adjusts to the light because it just like blocks the light just the right way, the way they were pointing it at it just by chance. And you can see it like the illumination of it kind of dims down a little bit, but it's very apparent. You can see that this thing is not touching the ground and it's hovering there and it's like not pulsating, but it's like obviously has some type of force coming off of it like something emitting some type of force of some kind, and it's kicking up dirt. It's making the dirt shoot up over here. Well, it sits here in the center. It's like scooping the dirt out around it. Like
What?
whatever's emitting off of it. I have no
It
idea.
has some sort of propulsion underneath it to move
Well, I mean,
things
the thing
around.
came down from the sky in the other video, the one
Yeah.
I'm talking about. He literally started recording right. He got like the first 2 or 3 seconds. You see this thing moving faster than balls,
Wow.
right into the top of the forest of the trees or whatever, and then all of a sudden it just slows down and just comes down like that. And then just lands. But it doesn't land, it hovers. That's what they're recording, and that's another person in the group. It's just a different recording. But the other one shows it. You can see it clear as day. It's like some form of force is coming off this thing. It's emitting something.
Yeah, some sort of propulsion, right?
Yeah,
or
something.
energy. Or...
Energy. I don't know what to label it, but something is being emitted from
God.
it. And what you see in this video that looks like smoke, in the other video you can tell without a shred of doubt, like it's just right in your face. It's not smoke. That's actually dirt getting kicked up in waves. Yeah, dude, it's wild. It's wild. And
What's
to think,
next? What's next that we're gonna see come out? That
we hit 1 million subscribers. Psych. That'll never happen.
But I mean, before 2027, what other things could potentially happen? Considering they're having a full alien reveal potentially, that if we're seeing complete light beings land in the Brazilian forest,
Well, I know you're associating with light beings now for that, and I get why. But yeah, something crazy like that. I don't know what to call
what's
it.
the definition of an alien? Something that's not human? That was not fucking human. So
Yeah, I'm curious if what it was. As in, was it a piece of technology or was it like an entity of some form? Because at one point in that video, you actually can kind of see it looks like a person kind of bending
bending over a
over,
little
and
bit.
then they even are referring, saying like they see the other one walking. It's like,
God.
what?
I need some water after that. Hold on.
Wow, dude, sober October is over, my man, and I can't believe it's every day sober October for. Oh, there you go. He wants to show everyone his giant
Stay hydrated.
turn the freaking frogs gay. That's the only thing you were missing out of that, my man. Only thing. I don't know. It's very. There's a lot of stuff floating around right now that makes you just. It gets me loss of words sometimes because it gets me really frustrated because there's obviously something.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of things, and we're not allowed to know about it.
And I'm sure we're going to hear
Have
people
some form,
people call it aliens. I'm sorry. People are going to call it angels and demons. I am so beyond the angels and demon aspect of these
That's so 1990.
of these extraterrestrial beings that we're seeing. It's unfathomable for me to be like, yeah, that's a demon that's floating around the Brazilian forest. So yeah, it's a demon in our oceans. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a whistleblower, the scientist fella, who was talking about the bases off of the coast of America and the Baja Peninsula.
Mhm.
And I know we talked about that maybe 2 episodes ago now, but
DARPA owns the land right next to it too.
yeah, yes they do.
It's probably a DARPA facility.
I mean that.
Don't shoot me.
So the Romanian.
I do not believe in suicide. Just saying, yeah, it's a fact. Anyways,
Well,
continue.
you don't have to believe in it. It's a real thing.
I'm saying I would never do it. Listen, if I wake up sewer slided,
That's
it was
right.
heaven.
It was not me. No, no.
Hey, it was you, dog. It was you. Nah, we're gonna blame. We have a buddy. Oh, let me switch the camera. We have a buddy named Arturo. He did it. Sorry, Arturo.
Should we throw to a brief intermission real quick?
Yep. We're gonna take a 5-minute breather. We'll be right back,
Yeah.
guys. Pay attention to the clock.
Don't go anywhere.
Yes. Yeah, dude. Crunchy. you in the house, y'all. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around, y'all. My computer just died.
We were unmuted the whole time.
No, we were not. I just unmuted us before we got back.
Oh, dang it. You ruined my joke. Anyways, let's continue with everything. So, moving on from everything we talked about, we're going to dig into the Majestic 12 now. If you are unfamiliar with the Majestic 12, the Majestic 12 are also known as MJ12, is honestly, it's a pretty controversial
It is.
Subject in the UFO kind of lore and community. But basically, it was a ultra secret group within the U.S. government that was established in the 1940s to oversee UFO and extraterrestrial kind of related stuff. Pinpointing on retrieval programs to what did you do?
It's plugged into my computer.
Oh, well, you just killed your light. Why did you plug it in your computer? Anyways, you're about to be in the dark. You should probably turn your computer back on.
It's dead.
It's dead. Anyways, so MJ12, it was about, basically retrieving UFO, downed aerial craft of extraterrestrial origin, and reverse engineering craft, everything that goes along with that. I will put I can put the camera back on you if you want. Let's see how dark you are.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
I'm
there
good. Hey.
Yo, give me the cable, please. Anyways, so the MJ12 and all that fun stuff, you got to feed it under the table. You're making this horrible for anyone who is listening now. Way to suck, dude. Way to suck.
This is how it goes, brother.
Yeah, I'll let you just read stuff then. There you go.
Yeah, so the Majestic 12, they were started by Harry Truman in 1947. It was to investigate the UFO phenomenon. Among these documents is a memorandum dated November 12th, 1963, perpetually from President John F. Kennedy to the director of the CIA. In this memo, Kennedy allegedly requests a review of UFO intelligence files and emphasizes the need for cooperation with the Soviet Union on space activities.
Look,
and I'm back in business, dude.
Let there be light, dude.
Yeah, the Majestic 12 is a sort of convoluted concept. You have a lot of speculation around, is it a good or is it a bad concept? The evidence leads toward it being a sense of they are trading 12 people to create some sort of alliance, right? Is that is that a correct way to say?
Yeah, because the Majestic 12, because of the exchange program narrative.
Yeah.
And so that's where the 12 comes from. And
there was a lot of documents that were released after Kennedy's assassination that indicated that they were trading people and that we knew about the UFOs and we knew about aliens being amongst us and all that. Like, it gained a lot of hate and a lot of conspiracy surrounding it, saying that it isn't factually accurate and it isn't sustainable to become some sort of factual, real concept,
Yeah.
The damning sort of evidence it comes around all these UFOs that were spotted in the water in 1941. It portrays a lot of prime examples for a reasoning why we would potentially trade humans or potentially take 12 individuals specifically to talk with extra ETs, right?
Yeah.
That's like the basis around it.
Yeah. So how MJ12 even became even became known was because of a document leak.
Yeah.
So the MJ12 story, got out in 1984 when UFO researchers William L. Moore and I'm assuming it's Jamie Shandera received a roll of film in the mail anonymously, containing images of what appeared to be highly classified documents from the 50s. These documents discussed the establishment of MJ-12 and included a memo from President Truman authorizing its creation.
Yep.
Now, there is authenticity issues. Now, with the authenticity issues, it's kind of very apparent. So these documents, this roll film, got analyzed by numerous third parties, and then also got there was in the history of it, it also got analyzed by other members within, basically these government agencies, but they just weren't super high up the totem pole. But they were really good at what they did, and they even reviewed them, and they're like, "Hey, this is authentic. Like this is real. Like that's actually real documents. Blah blah blah," and all that stuff. Well, the FBI then goes, "Well, we're gonna investigate it."
Yep.
And then they turn around. The only entity to go, "Yeah, it's fake. It's bogus." And what have we learned over the past? Let's just do the past year. Oh, you mean they've been lying about everything the entire time, and they've known about everything the entire time? Oh, go figure. Yeah, the FBI, you're full of shit.
And that they are manipulating the people and propagandizing via Yuri Bezmenov's whole spiel and his whole commandments that he put
4
forward.
stages of ideological subversion.
Absolutely. So the FBI is saying, no, this isn't real. There's no way this would be real. Yet again, they are gaslighting the American people to think that they're crazy, not that the FBI is lying to them.
Yeah. So in these documents, it talks about what the activities of the Majestic 12 main focus is. And I briefly mentioned them earlier. So there's crash retrievals, reverse engineering, and then also they were the ones who were originally managing back when it was not known about, which was Area 51, and then other secret facilities. But Area 51 was made sure to be listed on this because they were the first main governing body. Like I'm talking about they really oversaw it for a very long time, which was Area 51.
Yeah.
Majestic 12 did. And it states it in the documents, and they refer to Area 51 like, a whole bunch of stuff.
So let's for a moment just say that Operation Majestic 12 is 1,001% real. Let's just play in that scenario.
I'm at 1,002%.
1,002%. Okay,
That's
dang,
real serious. Dude.
dang. Let's play in that space real quick because let's play in that space. Come play with me,
Dude, I'm playing with you right now. I'm having a great time. It tastes like purple.
The idea of choosing 12 people out of all of humanity to decide if the aliens or UFOs that we're seeing are real or friendly or what have you, that seems quite dangerous to me. And the fact that they're potentially not sharing all of the information to the president-elect and not forthcoming with all data and all information, that's really worrisome. What are they doing? What are they doing with these 12 people? Are they hiding these aliens? Are they potentially masking videos? I mean, we get videos of these jellyfish aliens that are sending out probes across America or the world,
butts.
and we get these videos and they're grainy and ugly.
They give us the lowest quality stuff.
Are these the individuals who are deciding, yeah, they can see this one, but at 180 frames per second?
180 frames per second. Yeah, no, and yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
Without a doubt, they give us crap, low quality stuff when they got the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's a well-known fact at this point.
I know that there was a conspiracy or a thought that was being pushed around that 12 individuals were given to aliens, an extraterrestrial species, and sent off planet to create some sort of alliance for 13 years, and then came back to mitigate some sort of composure, some sort of agreement amongst humankind and humanoid kind. who are these people and why are they the ones that get to go?
Who are these
Let me
people?
go. I want to go. Could you imagine? That'd be badass, dude.
So how it gets involved, because you brought up the human exchange program. The human alien exchange program,
Yes.
right? So it was actually, they technically called it Project SERPO,
Yes.
just so you're aware. So basically, the origins of Project SERPO supposedly started in Roswell. So it was Roswell in first contact. It's suggested that the Project SERPO had its origin during the Roswell incident in 1947. And among the debris of the crash, it is claimed, which at this point, I don't really think it's a claim. I think pretty much that's what happened, is that there was, alien bodies were recovered, but there was one single surviving extraterrestrial, later dubbed EBE1, which was a name given to it. And that stands for Extraterrestrial Biological Entity 1.
Yep.
And it's such a creative name. So I would have a way cooler name like
Dave.
I was thinking like Dave or Frank or
Yeah.
Jeremy.
There we go. That's something. Call
Or
him-
like
no, we can't call him Jeremy. That's Jerry. Fuck
or
Jerry.
like Connor. Like, yo, what's up, Connor? How you doing today? I don't think they talk like that, or maybe they do. We don't know. I've never met. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. So apparently, an alien that was recovered, EBE1, supposedly communicated with scientists and officials, and then shared details about its home planet, SERPO.
That's right.
And initiating diplomatic relations. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Throw up the pussy flag the moment you get shot down or whatever the fuck happened to you and you crash. You're like, oh, I don't have my guns to kill you guys and run away. So
I'm friendly.
Here, let me tell you everything about my home planet. You guys seem like nice people. You didn't just use a nuclear bomb just a couple of years ago. There's sound logic. Aliens. What a bunch of dummies.
I know.
He's probably... Well, loser.
So you mentioned
sorry,
you mentioned the nuclear bomb, the atom bomb. There are EBE1 or EBIN, however they call him. They are he is. So the CIA and the FBI and all these individuals have been quoted saying that he has warned, or that EBE1 has warned civilization to not use atom bombs because it affects everything in the galaxy, because it rips atoms apart. And it sends shockwaves across the galaxy.
Yeah.
So he not only did he show up, and I keep saying he. I don't know if EBE1 has sex. Wait.
That's tight, dog. I mean, not tight for him, obviously, because
But EBE1.
how would he know?
The EBE1? I don't know if. Where was I going?
Need some help here?
I got lost.
I got you, bro. Here, let me take over. I got you. So, do you got me? I don't think you do. Basically, it's initiating diplomatic relations, right? Eventually, the Ebens, inhabitants of SERPO, is just what that stands for, proposed a reciprocal exchange program, allowing humans to visit their world in exchange for knowledge and sharing.
That's right.
Now, this is a different arrangement than the one that we were talking about earlier today. It's a totally different one. That one was a deal made with apparently a different alien race. Apparently, there's like 3 or 4 of them, and that was a exchange of biology for technology because they can't reproduce and blah 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 blah. So just making sure to say that in case anyone starts thinking of that moment, because that's a little bit more commonly known than this. It seems, at least from people I've talked to, it seems they've heard of that more often than
Project SERPO
than
itself.
Project SERPO and Majestic 12. So the role that MJ12 kind of like played in organizing Project SERPO. So one was obviously like selecting the right personnel for it. So they oversaw every single person selected, which ended up being 10 men and 2 women.
That's right.
That's a long space flight with a bunch of dudes.
Or was it? I
And
mean,
aliens.
It could have been a wormhole. Boof, boof. They're there.
That's true. Apparently it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently what I've heard about it is that apparently they travel there pretty dang fast to.
And they spent
that home
13
planet.
years there, right?
Yeah, 12 years. I thought it was supposed to spend 12 years or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'll get to it in my notes.
Yeah, these individuals are said to have lived on SERPO for around 13 years. 8 of them returned out of the 12 that went.
I wonder what happened to the other 4.
2 of them died,
Ouch.
and 2 of them stayed.
How'd the other 2 die? What happened? Did they say? Does it say?
It doesn't say. I couldn't find any data on how they died. Hopefully,
I bet
old
you
age.
anything, it was the 2 like horniest dude in the bunch, and they're like, dude, I'm gonna be the first dude to F a Martian. And then they tried to make a sexual advance, and it was like, erp, erp, erp. And then it like ray gunned him.
They ate the glorp.
Is Gorp basically what they produce?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, take my Gorp. So gross, dude. Anyways, moving on. So they handpicked. So it was 10 men and 2 women, including scientists, medical personnel, and military, basically military representatives. They were trained for the mission to this alien planet. How were you trained? Please tell me, where's the handbook on that?
Yeah.
Like, listen, all right, fellas, when you get there, just start blasting.
We've been there already.
we already been there. We already took out that first outpost. They fly away. Dumb sons of bitches. They are gonna go die. like, no, that makes no sense.
Would you volunteer to go?
As long as I can bring my guns. I'm serious. Listen, dude, I've seen a lot of sci-fi films, and a gun that shoots metal objects at things seems to be very effective across the board, even in sci-fi films where they take place in a galaxy far, far away or way in the future when they use lasers to stun. All of a sudden, dude pulls out a Tommy gun and solves a problem really quick.
Yeah,
It's like,
this is true.
you know, sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel works just fine, and that means machine guns work really well.
So, sorry to my family, because I would go in a heartbeat. It would be
I would too.
awesome.
They'd be like, don't you have any children or family that depend on you? Nope.
No, no.
I'm 95,000, dude. I'm looking for TJ Osiris. I heard he's got that space ecstasy. Let's go. Party all night.
The journey would have been very cool. If this is a real project,
journey.
If this is a real project that actually happened, because there's a lot of controversy behind it. If it's real, if it's a hoax, there's a lot of controversy behind it. But if it's real, the fact that 12 individuals got to go galaxy hopping with extraterrestrial aliens sounds like a phenomenal time.
They all better behave and act like Paul from the movie Paul. That'd be awesome.
Just super duper friendly and nice.
Smoking weed all the time, dude. You imagine that's probably why all those pictures we saw were all smoky, dude. They're all getting stoned,
blazing it up in there, dude.
They're having to vent out all the hot box.
Glop, it's too hot.
No, they just start talking like this all of a sudden. Look, honey, I've conformed.
Look, honey, I'm a human.
So stupid.
And we have officially lost everybody.
We have lost everyone, and that's okay. So, what I was saying though about the training stuff, right? There was trainings that went involved, and the trainings included altered identities for the participants with class, during these in classified briefings. Basically, they were trained in alien communications that EBE-1 showed them.
Cool.
Physics, space travel, and even physiological adaptations for this said alien environment. I don't know what unique physiological adaptations for alien environment is supposed to mean. Like, are we talking about like the movie Titan, that Netflix original movie that totally sucked?
I hope not.
Yeah, it was a shit movie.
Or are they talking about they changed their lungs to be able to breathe a different type of atmosphere?
Dude, I got no idea, but that's just what it says here supposedly.
That's
that they
fascinating.
Went through that.
I did not read that. That's very cool.
And then of course preparing for the exchange, this exchange where they were supposed to go. Basically, they underwent rigorous physical and psychological training so they can make sure they endured this entire thing they were about to embark on, which was expected to last at least 10 years. This is based off the original before they did it, supposedly. So it's meant to, for lasting 10 years. but apparently MJ12, according to some like these documents that were slightly they were redacted but got leaked, they pay mention to this Project SERPO and talk about how apparently it was basically MJ12 coordinated all the logistical and diplomatic aspects of the exchange.
Correct.
And then of course and I've got quite a few other things to go into, like supposedly like with the journey to this planet Serpo and the life of the Ebens. I hate that word. Whoever came up with that word, you know what? You majestic 12 bastards. Be more creative with your words. Ebens.
Fuck you. That's so close to my name.
Get a better name. I don't see a B in your name.
Eben. If a toddler says my name, it's my name.
That's what I'm saying to you now. I'm like Eben.
I'm like, beep, boop, bop, give it a glorp. Why did I do beep, boop, bop? Isn't that like a robot?
What are you freaking R2D2 over there?
That was a good impression.
Nope.
But it's better than mine.
Damn right, I'm not even going to bring up impressions. Your impressions are the worst. Especially your Yoda. It's great.
But Project Serpo, they said that the planet Serpo is like a desert planet, right? And that it has 2 suns. Is that just Tatooine from Star Wars? Did Clooney...
Oh, shit.
Did they get some sort of information that we didn't?
So George Lucas basically was just like, he found out about this thing. And he was just like, what a great place for the main protagonist of the film
to come from.
Luke Skywalker. That translates to Eben.
Evan? Oh, hey, it's me again.
Hey, dude, it's me again. So I do have the thing about the journey, though. Do you want me to explain
I do,
it?
yeah.
So it says that the spacecraft and arrival. So allegedly it began in 1965. That's when they departed.
Wow.
First time, the first journey took place in 1965. And they traveled aboard one of EBE-1's people's crafts. It was an alien craft. And then they spent several months in transit. And so get this. So it only took a few months to get to the planet because of how fast they were moving.
Faster than light, right?
Yeah, it was. They were going very, very fast. But due to relativity, you have to think the people who did go and stayed, right? They may have gotten there super fast, but by the time they got there, it had been like several years.
Could have been like 30.
Yeah, I think it was something along like 15 or 20 years would have passed here on Earth by the time they arrived in a few months due to relativity of where it was located and all that stuff, which is wild.
Time travel's real if you think about relativity and space-time continuums.
Yeah, it's really weird, but awesome all at the same time. So they, and like you were saying, it is a planet that is described as having 2 suns and significantly different environmental conditions compared to Earth. Now, life on Serpo, I guess apparently the humans were introduced to the Eben culture, which was technologically advanced but differed from Earth in kind of like a social kind of organizational construct. It was very different. Especially the language and the biology. Yeah, dude, no more one night stands for you. It doesn't work that way there. So
dumb.
So dumb. So apparently, the Ebens reportedly lived in peaceful society with communal values and displayed a deep understanding of advanced energy and medical technologies.
Sounds nice.
I call bullshit.
That sounds nice.
No, I bet you they're super advanced, but I hate it when they're always like, oh, look, everyone's a happy planet here. Bullshit. Nothing's happy. I've seen what the universe, what Mother Nature does all on her own. And there's no such place as like one whole planet of pure happiness and joy. There's no crime here, no nothing. Bullshit. I saw that little Urknock, grabbing that pack of space cigs.
That sounds racist, and I don't like that. I don't like the way that sounds.
It's Urknock.
That sounds racist. I don't like it.
Towards aliens, yeah. They haven't even tried talking to me at least once.
Just coming out of your mouth, that phrase Urknock. That sounds bad.
Who do you think I was applying it to? I was applying it to all
those fucking Urknocks.
All them white people out there. I tell you what, Them white people piss me off so much with their whiteness.
All those, I'm trying to get away from the whites.
Yeah, dude, that's why I went to SERPO and tried to boink an alien, and they kicked my ass real good with their advanced medical technologies of peace.
It still sounds awesome. I would.
It sounds very cool.
I would still like to go.
I want to know what kind of guns they got.
Cool,
Can their
probably
arm...
cool ones.
No, I want to know. I want to know if there's such advanced technologies. Like, how well does my 45 work against you? Still, though, I want to try.
If they're wearing armor, probably not at all.
Probably not at all.
Yeah,
not even a little bit.
They probably wouldn't even scratch it, right? I mean, they're intergalactic traveling beings. I don't think that they would create armor that would not withstand metal punctures.
These bitches fell down in Roswell, dude. Don't even start with 45. Probably works. Just saying. It probably works. And besides, apparently when they come and they get exposed to our atmosphere, certain ones, apparently it kills them, like War of the Worlds kind of
Like
concept.
Steins.
Like War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it. It's like, why would you come to a planet that you can't even survive in? That's dumb.
They want our gold.
Don't you bring the Anunnaki into this. We're way cooler than these fucks. At least they have, like, you know, a giant planet for a spaceship that's supposed to come back and party it up, you know, like
That's right.
a lot of drugs for everybody, especially LSD.
A lot of drugs for every.
A lot of
drugs.
Great drugs. They all agree. Great drugs. So stupid.
I keep harping back to, like, the alien concept would freak me out. If I were to meet one in person, I would probably lose my mind, have an absolute mental breakdown, until they started talking to me and they're like, "Hey man, actually pizza's delicious and beer's really good here."
Dude, you just had me at like two things. You're like, you just said great pizza, great beer. I already was like putting on my imaginary backpack. I was like, I'm ready. Let's go. Where's the beer? And then they bring out light beer, like nothing but super light beer, like PBR beer. I would start going postal on their asses.
Really?
You don't bring me a PBR. I don't live in a trailer park anymore. I ain't touching that nasty piss water.
But it's Blue Ribbon.
Take your piss water somewhere else, sir. I'm just kidding. I'll drink a PBR.
Especially
I'll drink a PBR with an alien. That'd be cool.
That would
I
be
just would
amazing.
never ingest it. I just take a sip, just spit it out. Next thing I know, I don't even realize over my right shoulder is a little baby alien just getting spat on by me over and over. And it's like, burr, burr. And I'm like, stop being small and insignificant. Why were you there? That's your problem. Huh. What? Dude, I'm going on like no sleep right now. I'm jiving.
We'll be ending soon, so
I'm
that's
jiving.
fine.
Dude, we're only on number 3 here out of 12.
Oh, fucking hell.
I was like, well, we can get through this super fast. We've been stuck for like the past 30
What's
minutes.
number 4?
I got That's fair. That's fair. Let's just move on. Challenges faced by the human team on SERPO. So apparently environmental adaptations was one of them, because apparently the planet SERPO is much higher radiation levels, which would kind of make sense because in some of the alien testimonies, and like that guy who was on Joe Rogan, who was that journalist, and he talked about the girls that came across that wounded. They didn't know what it was, that everyone freaked out, but the officers died from radiation poisoning. This alien thing that was like wounded to some extent, right? And they locked down that hospital and they brought it in there. You know, the military took it over. Apparently, it was just emitting crazy amounts of radiation.
I mean, if you evolve to use radiation for your biological needs, then you're going to be radiating. I imagine the CO2 that we produce is very toxic to most people, most beings.
Somewhere else
Exactly.
that doesn't have deal with our kind of you know, planet
Biological nature, right?
The environment and all that goes in all the bells and whistles
So
with it.
if they're more used to radiation through their evolutionary process, I mean, it makes sense. It totally does, because then they'd be absolutely
They explained that
radiating.
video we saw earlier, how they're glowing.
You missed my
Look at
joke.
all that radiation. No, that was radiating, dude. See how bright they were? Rihanna was jealous, dude. Shine bright like a diamond. Nah, bitch. They're shining bright like a diamond. You're shining like a P. Diddy party. So why don't you shut the fuck up? Whoop. Oh, dude, I just dropped a big old bomb. Yeah, all you guys, people, you women, men, you people out there.
What's number 5?
Who listen to the Rihannas out there. She was a P. Diddy goer to the after hours parties.
Swap dop a doobop. Yeah.
She's been railed like a train.
Okay.
Womp womp. No, it's a fact, dude. Come on, dude.
Sorry,
It's all out
YouTube.
there.
Sorry, YouTube.
Fuck you, YouTube. You don't like us anyways. Moving on from moving on. Other than the environmental adaptations, basically, there was also like, obviously the psychological impact, not being on Earth. That's a pretty big one.
I'd say so.
Dude, I'd get pretty fed up after a while. Like, I don't know, probably day 2. Wake up and I see a bunch of stupid aliens around me. I'm just like, ugh, go away. Like,
Really?
Well, maybe I don't want to interact. I just want their tech. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. If I was given the opportunity, I'd probably dominate the planet.
You think so? You think that you'd be more advanced than these people?
No, I would be looking for a way to deviousness.
Manipulation.
I don't know. Apparently, they communicate
Sexy.
without using their without using their words, and they do it all with their noggins through
telepathically.
Yep, telepathy, and that would suck.
What's number 6?
It's just like go go go. Anyway, so the returner. So in 1978, supposedly after a prolonged stay, the remaining team members. Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention that. So apparently, 1 or 2 of the team members supposedly opted to stay on SERPO permanently due to apparently strong bonds. Strong bonds is the word that was used.
They got them 3 alien titties out there.
Dude, I swear to God, if these aliens are those little midget bastards that are like this big, like this tall, and I'm not even standing right now, but they're like that big, and they're like, oh, we got strong bonds. And it's like, yeah, you finally got to be on the one planet where you were a superior genetic being compared to them because, like, I don't know, you can reach on top of the fridge. Like, or you could pick them up with one hand and be like, get out of my way. Like, because they're frail little wusses, They have no muscular.
That's one way to look at it.
They're not buff. They don't work out, dude. They ain't doing curls in the gym.
What if they treat the intergalactic space traveling alien like we do our Air Force pilots? They have to be
Dude, they're
smaller
driving around in stuff that like defies the law of physics. They don't even have to worry about inertia.
That's fair. Fuck me.
Yeah, dude, they're a bunch of pussies. Like they're just like, it's like, oh, we're so sophisticated. Watch this. Oh, I just caved in your whole head. I'm sorry.
We're going toward hour 2, and Ben is
yeah, I'm a little. I'm going on 48 hours and no sleep. I'm a little out there right now, but I can tell you this is that there's a reason why the aliens have not contacted me. It may have been some of the things I previously just said. Maybe those are what I really feel inside. Who knows? Or they're jokes. You'll never know.
I know.
ETs know. Because apparently they have the telepathies.
They have tilapia?
Tilapia, dude. Dude, I'm going to alien, but I'm going fishing. I want some alien fish.
Ooh, imagine like the hunting there. What are they hunting? What are they eating?
I don't know. Probably something lame like lettuce or something.
Some glorp. I keep going back to
They're
glorp.
eating, well, judging by their lack of muscularness, they're probably eating a bunch of vegetables.
Bunch of vegans.
Ugh. Dude, if I showed up on their planet, I'm like, dude, this is great. And they're like they bring me a plate of like their alien vegetables. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then they're like, oh, we're here. And it's like, what's that? And they're like, oh, that means vegan. I'm gonna be enraged. I'm gonna run towards the nearest living one and kill it, and be like, "We're having chicken tonight." And then they're gonna be like, "What's chicken?"
EBE1 is.
EBE1 is, you lying son of a bitch. Like, you promised me space steak, and you give me veggies.
What have I been eating the past 3 months on this travel?
I ate toothpaste out of a tube for you, you asshole. I lived off of space tubes until I got here, and you give me more alien veggies.
You think I like protein paste? Steak paste?
Oh God! And what they gave you is basically like, for them, it's like their alien vegetables have the nutritional value of earth corn. So it's like Nothing.
It's useless.
It's useless. I mean, it doesn't taste like Earth.
No
corn. Earth
wonder
corn's
why
delicious.
2 of them died there. They died of starvation, lack of nutrition.
Yeah, it's because every time they pooped, it all came out. Instead, it just didn't look like corn. It looked like alien corn.
Man,
Dude, it's a great time.
talk about bringing cultures into America for cuisine. How come we can't bring these immigrants into America for their cuisine?
The left will love it.
And the left will love it. They'll eat it up. And so will I, because I like Ethiopian food.
I think you're mixing Ethiopian food with Eben planet food. Very different things.
Maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know.
Dude, I think I'm just hungry right
What's number 7?
So, okay. So, there is alleged implications of Project SERPO. So there's the scientific and technological advancement. So apparently the SERPO story, or the proponents of the SERPO story, argue that the data gathered by the exchange team advanced human knowledge in areas like energy and propulsion, and this allegedly contributed to the development of stealth technology, fiber optics, and other leaked technologies.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think they're just trying to like give it some more gusto because no one came back.
You think so?
They're saying a couple of them just stayed behind. Bitch, we don't even know who went. I bet you none of them came back because they're like, hey, these dumb humans fell for it. They have no idea what's in store for them when they get here. Blood harvesting, dude. They want our blood. That's what happens. I don't know. I just made that up. But I'm smelling foul play.
Oh.
They didn't come back. I don't buy it. Because we already know from Bob Lazar stuff, and in all seriousness, that they've been reverse engineering craft without alien guidance.
That's right.
For the most part. So why do we need them again? I don't think we do.
For night vision.
It wouldn't surprise me if we already went and invaded. Knowing us as a species.
They got
like,
oil.
They're like, hey, dude, we got nukes. They're scared of nukes. Let's just go fuck them up real quick and take some shit. And then they're going to be like, all right, let's go do it.
They got better oil there. It's cleaner.
They got better oil. You know where olive oil comes from? Eben.
It's just little Ebens dried up.
No, sorry. That's not olive oil. Olive oil is made here in Earth like it should be. That's where they get vegetable oil. Ugh. Gross.
Castor oil.
It's got purposes. Anyways.
Makes my car run.
Yeah, so other than that, right? So the energy propulsion and all that stuff. So alien diplomacy. So apparently it's an era of covert diplomacy between Earth governments and extraterrestrial civilizations, facilitated by MJ-12, which has fueled speculation about other hidden extraterrestrial treaties and alliances. So like I mentioned when we first started talking about Project SERPO, there was another one that a president had, and it was not this one.
Interesting.
It was the biology for technology. Like basically, we give you people and you give us tech.
That's right.
You know, because apparently they couldn't reproduce and like all this wild stuff. So there's a lot. That's a whole other thing that we'll have to do on a different episode. But, and then there's also the public awareness and censorship. So Project SERPO represents obviously a larger narrative of governmental control over alien knowledge. Many believe that MJ-12 and similar organizations censor public knowledge of extraterrestrial life. Well, we already know that. We already know that now. It's been proven just in the past year. It's been proven in the past 5 years.
What has been?
Oh, that the government and things like that suppress and censor knowledge about all this stuff.
That's what I was getting to.
Anything
at the
UFO or
start.
alien or extraterrestrial related, anything of that kind, it gets suppressed.
No, anything extraterrestrial or paranormal, they're going to push it aside and push it away. They do that with pretty much everything that has to do with advancing society, like FDA cancer treatments and so on and so forth, right? They're going to push it all aside and away. They're going to especially do that with aliens that are far superior than our gunpowder. That way the sheeple or the people stay in line, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just to circle around, just to close this thing out.
Is this number 12?
This is the end.
Okay.
So there's a lot of pop culture influence with MJ-12. So basically, like, for instance, the whole idea of human life,
Camera.
or human alien exchange program that, you know, kind of like it got put in the movies, like the concept of that. One in particular, which I mentioned several times way earlier, which is Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That's right.
Which was inspired, supposedly, they say Close Encounters of the Third Kind was inspired by Project SERPO, but that's not true. Because Close Encounters of the Third Kind was actually based off testimonies of innocent, just random people here in the world. It was what people went through.
And there's actual footage in the movie as well.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that's creepy. Because
supposedly, right?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. And so it's kind of hard to tell what is the real footage or not, if it's true, you know. But Close Encounters of the Third Kind is a great film. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah. Anyways, everyone dies at the end. So true. Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you. But anyways, so that was our fun episode on aliens and UFOs. If you had tuned in late in the game, we obviously got a little bit goofy here at the end, but we really were digging into, like, we showed a bunch of photos that were taken in 1940,
41 to 45.
41 to 45 in that time, photos that were taken in the 70s, and these are all true, authentic photos that were taken from, like, submarines, things like from the periscope and all that stuff. It's wild.
And if you have made it this far,
they are literally some of the most incredible UFO photos I've ever seen in my life.
And if you've made it this far, I love you. I appreciate you. I love that you're here.
Them goddamn aliens.
Make sure that you like, subscribe, and make everybody you know listen to this. Force it to them, tie them into chairs, play it for them. Lock the car door. I say it every episode. Force it on the radios over at Walmart PAs. You know, just all around, make everybody listen to this. Share it on every platform you know about. Email us at smartlyuneducated@gmail.com. It is a real email.
Yeah, if you guys email us, we might email you back.
We will more than likely email you back.
Might.
And if you have anything worth value, we'll even talk about it on the show. That's how at the start of the show, those photos were brought to our attention, was from a viewer just like you.
Yeah. I wouldn't say just like you. I don't know what you is.
It might be EB1.
Ugh. I don't know what it is about them aliens. Okay? Them damn aliens. I don't know what it is about the whole EBE1 thing. Because if it's the aliens that I'm thinking of, they're the tiny little wussy ones. And it's just like, you want to spend 12 years with these people?
I do.
Ugh.
And shout out to our one sponsor, Bad Cat Studio. Make sure you go check them out.
I'm just kidding. I would so go.
Make sure
you have no idea.
Make sure you go check them out on Instagram at badcat.studio on Instagram. They have awesome artwork, and they are one of the only sponsors of the show. So
one of the only sponsors of the show.
So shout out to them.
We don't even make any money. Hey, because we don't. We make no money off this at all. It's fun. It's fun.
Is it? You say you
Dude, I haven't slept in like 48 hours. Like my brain is just like so disconnected right now. Like I'm the one sitting at the command seat right now with all the controls. I don't even want to turn it off. I could say some really dumb shit. I've already said some very dumb things.
And we're going to end the show.
Anyways, drink your Lysol. I mean, don't drink Lysol. Take it close to the aliens.
We gotta end it.
You have to terraform your body.
We gotta end it.
That's why the Tide Pod talents came out. You want to be close to the aliens? Go try a Tide Pod.
To biologically change yourself.
They look like candy too. Very enticing.
We've got to end this. You're losing it.
I'm not losing it. Those dumb kids ate them Tide Pods years ago. It's not my fault that their parents breeded together and they had a very low IQ and produced even lower IQ children that thought it was okay to eat a Tide Pod. You had 15-year-olds eating Tide Pods, dude.
I know. I know all about it. I don't know.
They make crayon eaters.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
I don't know, but I'm here.
Everybody, have a wonderful night, day, morning, whatever day it is. We will talk to you on the other side. Adios.
please email us at skate@gmail.com. I might reply to it. Evan will.
It's a real email.
It's real. Anyways, you guys have a nice night. It was great seeing you guys. Well,
Bye-bye.
We didn't see you. Bye. 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 Bye, everyone. Have a-
Fingers on the trigger, they pull without a sound. Behind the glass towers, we're buried underground. Secrets in the shadows, locked inside the mind. MK Ultra memories don't keep us blind. Static on the screen, voices we don't see. Dumpers got us wired, but